And so in 324, we have those 8 files. Your first step is to load up the security lab. Hopefully you have this open right here. Got it. Now, what you need to do is you need to create your capture zip file. Okay, look at step 3. It says make a zip file with all those 8 PCAP files. And then step 4 is drag them into target Windows 01 files automatically downloaded to Guacamole, and then copy the zip file in and extract all those files onto the desktop. I don't think you need to zip these files up. I don't know why you would. So here's what I would do. I'm opening up. I have those files saved under. So hopefully you've downloaded those files. If you're in the classroom right now, you have your own, or I have mine that I posted in the classroom. So I am going to go into here. Now I have 3. So here's all my files. These are the 3 unknowns I created. And ignore these 2. These were from before. I'm going to use these as my 5 baseline files. So you could put those all in a zip file, which I did here. But don't bother. Just drag them all separately. So I'm actually going to just drag these in. So I'm going to take these baseline files, drag it in. Apparently this works. It transfers files over. And where are they? They're in Guacamole. Boom. All 5 right there. And I can transfer these to the desktop. Great. Now they're in. So now let's move the other thing. So. Oh. Closing that. I got to move the rest of these. So the 2 unknown files, or the 3 unknown files. Oh, now transfer these over. Now, for my files, I had this weird issue with, okay, this is, do not have permission to upload this file. That's so weird to me. I don't understand why I'm getting that issue. I don't know if you will, or it's something weird with my unknown 2 file. So this is where you want to zip things up. So if you want to know how to zip, let's say I want to zip these folders, or let's say, you know what? I just want to zip these files. I'm going to highlight these files. And in Windows, I don't know how this works in Chromebooks if you can zip files. Hit the zip button. I'm going to call this unknowns. So this creates a zip file which has all 3 in it. I'm actually just going to drag this in. And it's going to download those. Yeah, I don't know why. It's like baseline 2 just doesn't work. Okay, so unknown. And like, it looks like it transferred, but it has 0 kilobytes. So, okay, I'm going to open that zip file. I need to transfer these 3 to my desktop. And it works. Sweet. All right, so that's how you kind of zip. I have to zip except because it didn't work for some reason. I don't know why it got me that error message, but so watch. If you get an error message, okay, you couldn't really see that. Check that if you get your error message while you're trying to download, just zip them first. I don't know, it was super weird. It did that both times I tried this, so I don't know why. But hey, they're all on the desktop here, all 8 files. Don't leave them in Guacamole if you want to see it. What's weird, I can't really see the names, but if you do click desktop here so you can see like the details tabs, I see everything's in there. All right, I'm set. Let's go on to the next step. So that was basically through step 4. Now, what's happening in step 5, we're going to open our first baseline, pump monitor baseline 1. Let's open that. So I don't know the names here. So pump monitor baseline 1. I'm going to double click this. This is going to open that file in Wireshark. And this is that capture I did. I don't know. Like in 3.2.2. So a few sections ago, 2 sections ago. Going to open it up. Now, as it's opening, see, this is all the traffic we captured. We're going to use the merge command. We're going to merge the next baseline file, pump PLC baseline 1. So go to File and go to Merge. We have Pump Monitor open. We're going to merge Pump PLC baseline 1 into that. So now it kind of merged both those files. And after you do that, you have to save it as my name full baseline.pcap. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to File, Save As, and my name. I'm going to leave it in spot 2 for now. I'm going to move this later. So I'm going to go Brophy period 2. What's it called again? Full baseline. Okay. It's saved. Cool. Repeat the merge until you have all baseline files in one pcap file, merging in the order you created them, 1 through 3, and resaving each merge. Okay. So you have to do all the files. All the baseline files, we're going to make one big merge. The weird thing with merge, I thought, oh, okay, great. Now I have to go back to the desktop. This is what I hate. I switch this to details view. Then, so I'm going to merge all of the baseline files. And then it says it wants it. And like you can't, I go, okay. You would think you could just select everything and just merge at once, right? No. And I think we want to make sure it's merged chronologically. Don't change anything. So we just have to do this one at a time. Do pump monitor baseline. And then you think, oh, let's add the next one. No, you have to save it after every time. This is annoying. But this is what we got to do. I got to go back to the desktop. I do Web 01 baseline 2. And got to save it. And then you kind of go merge again. Back to the desktop. And then Web 01 baseline 3. Yep. You have to do that a bunch of times. 5 times. I've done it. We've created a full baseline file. It has a bunch of lines now. All merged together. All 5 of those. Great. That is done. Now we need to do the same thing with the unknowns. So we're going to make a full unknown with all 3 of those. So let's try that. I'm actually going to close this. And I'm going to open up unknown 1. We're going to merge unknown 1, 2, and 3. Notice unknown 1 has 214 packets. All right. Let's open up with unknown 2. Notice as I add unknown 2, I have some more packets in here. I think what happens is like, it captures packets, but like it doesn't like duplicate packets, right? So if like 2 of the things we merge have the same thing, it's not going to save it again. That's why, so it doesn't like just double all the traffic. I think it works that way. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Save. So we're going to go Brophy E2 full unknown. Okay, and now I'm going to add merge. So 231. The last one. How many packets do I have? A lot more packets. That third one. A lot more packets. Hey, I already merged. Cancel. Now I got to go save as. Full unknown. Done. Okay, that's a lot more. So where did those save? Oh, where did those save? How do I see recent files? Oh, and you're like, where did those save as? Okay. Oh, is there a way to open up recent? Open recent. Local temp /2. So I probably should have saved them somewhere else. Wait, was it users? Wait, what was it? App add users administrator, app data local. I can't even find it. I'm just going to save it on the desktop, which is what I should have done. Wait. Really? Administer app data. Is it hidden? Okay. Saved it. I'll have to save it on the desktop. Why is this so difficult? All right, we saved them both on the desktop. These two right here. And saved them there instead of the temp. Now it's next step. Okay, we want to save these files so that you made them. So PLTW doesn't crash on you. Copy them to Guacamole and keep them as a local file for safekeeping. So download, or here, this is what you do. Drag them into download. Should pop up. Boom. Done. In step 11 on target Windows 01, navigate to where I stored the two files. How do the sizes differ? Okay, one thing you might check out. Our two baselines, one is 52 kilobytes, one is 21,000 kilobytes. So this is basically 21 megabytes. Why is this one so much bigger for the unknowns? Well, look at the size of the unknown files. This one was about 21 megabytes. You might remember, like, why was that one so much bigger? Remember, that's the one where we transferred a file from Web01 to Pump PLC, and that file was about 21 megabytes. So this traffic, whenever you transfer a file, that traffic that Wireshark captures will capture all the data for that file, but the data is broken up in a bunch of little packets. Now, what happens with networks is it transfers it. It'll take a file, chop them up, or a picture, whatever, and then it reassembles them at the computer. But yeah, so if someone was browsing your network traffic, yep, they would have all the pieces. And in theory, they could put it back together. But when you're transferring things around the internet, hopefully you have it encrypted so they can't just, puzzle piece it together. It'll be encrypted in a way that some hacker couldn't just see it. That's why you want your traffic encrypted. If it wasn't, then yeah, the hacker could. Someone sniffing the Wi-Fi network could see what you sent. Oops. Or it could capture this packet data. Review the topology diagram and the operational requirements for the water facility network. Now, in our ZenMap table, we're going to highlight the necessary services. You're like, what's the ZenMap table? Go back in time to when you did 3.2, 3.2.3. And I've actually put this information, is now in this important reference thing if you want to check this out. I put the ZenMap table over here and I highlighted the things that were important. So this activity says, highlight the necessary services. And they tell you, wait, what's necessary? So if you remember this, we had a bunch of ports on each of these servers that were open. And then you have to figure out what's necessary. I want to talk about all these that are necessary because I got tripped up on this. I had to look up spoilers. But you should, now it tells you some things here. So some services names are intuitive. The FTP name. We've played with FTP, File Transfer Protocol. That's how you send files. SSH. Maybe you forgot, but that's like what we use as like a Linux-based system to like log into a server. And HTTP, that's like a website. So if you're hosting a website, you should have HTTP, like Web01. Now, a few notes here. Baseline services like FTP and HTTP that you're going to need should be highlighted. Okay, now SSH is only used to log into Linux-based hosts. The Linux-based hosts were Pump PLC and Pump Monitor. That's it. Remote desktop services such as MS Web T Server are used to log into Windows hosts. Web01 is the Windows host. All right. So what is important? Well, let's look at target Windows 01. This is the main computer you log into. This has to use remote desktop because this one will use remote desktop. So you see this MSRP, NetBIOS, and Microsoft DS. I wrote descriptions of what these were because I was looking this up. I was like, I don't know what that is. But these ones aren't needed. All right. Or this isn't the traffic, the necessary services. These aren't necessary for what we're doing. I don't know why those are open. It might be like a PLTW thing. I don't know. These aren't necessary services. The one that's necessary for us is Windows Remote Desktop, because that's what we use to get into Web 01. Now let's look at Web 01. What does it have open? Well, it has HTTP because it hosts a website, and FTP because there's files that transfer in from File Monitor. And it also has Remote Desktop. Needs all three, right? Because we connect Target Windows 01 and this guy. Now, in Pump Monitor, there's 2 ports, and both are necessary because one is FTP and one's SSH. SSH is what we use to get into the Linux command line terminal stuff. PowerShell, or like that connections thing. Remember, you click connections, and these are SSH. So those are important. And FTP to actually transfer files to and from Pump Monitor. Let's go to Pump PLC, the last one. It needs FTP because you got to send files from there to Pump Monitor, and SSH because you have to connect into that. The rest of these, HTTP, you don't have a website. This stuff, I don't even know what it is. I know SQL is a database thing. I looked up some of these above, but they're not necessary. So I've highlighted everything that's important here. That's what they want you to do in step 12. All right. Now that we've highlighted everything important, in step 3, we're going to use those notes that we highlighted and topology diagram and the requirements to fill out the following chart of allowed and expected traffic. So this is what we're going to use this is the important part right here, to figure out what we are going to, what should be okay. So a few notes in here. They have this deny rule. The permissions, allow or deny. Deny rule is good practice to include deny all rules as your last rule. So like, you want to say like everything that's not on this list should be denied. That's why they do this deny thing here. Now, for this traffic, this MSRPC, why is this even on here? How did I do that? I was just hitting buttons. Did that actually? What? That didn't. What? I don't know what I did. You can just do that? I know you can like change other columns, other like boxes. But it's now going to stay that way? What? What? I didn't even type it. Okay. I did something I didn't expect. How about that? Anyways, I don't know what this one is. I don't know why they put it on here. So I'm going to build this table. Now, and that's your assignment right here. I didn't do a good job setting that up. But guess what? I'm starting to build this table down here at the very bottom of the reference because I know I'm going to need this for future lessons. Now, a few things here. This deny should be at the very bottom. And actually, I'm going to delete all these. Pretend I don't have all these. I might need more protocols than this. I don't know. Let's add a few. If I need more, I can add more rows. So what are the protocols I'm going to add? Okay, so protocol / ports. So let's look at what I actually use. I'm going to go side-by-side view, because I want to see. I'm actually going to open this up twice. One. Okay, this is going to be easier for me to do it this way. So we don't need to see the lesson. We need to see what we highlighted. So the first protocol I'm going to use this reference right here. So we're going to say protocol is TCP. Oh, wait, no. Wait, I have to write protocol then port? Are they all TCP? Let me look at my answers. What? It should have been called service. Why does it say protocol? The protocol for all those was like TCP. I don't know why it says protocol port. Anyways, write what the service was. So not TCP for the first one. We're going to do, this is Windows Remote Desktop. I'm going to say MS WebT server. I'm going to just put a note here. This is Remote Desktop. And we're going to slash, what's the port? 3389. That will be relevant later. Now, for this first one, target Windows 01. Anyone on the internet should be able to connect to this one via remote desktop. That's what we do with this lab. Like, I'm connected right now. I have remote desktop into target 01. So the source, I can say, anyone should be able to do this and connect to this IP address, which is 10208. You don't remember that? Right up here, 10208. There you go. And then permission, we're going to say these are all allows. Now, what's the next service? Let's go down to Web0. Let's do this one. Let's just keep them the same. We have this other one right here. Now, Web01 also has a remote desktop, but I wanted to connect to this web server when the Web01 is 07. I wanted to connect to 7, but it should only connect from target Windows 01. So only connect from 10208. And I'll allow that. All right. All right. So other things. FTP. So let's call it FTP on Web01, support 21. So Pump Monitor should be sending things to Web01. The destination should be Web01, but from Pump Monitor, which is 6. I should just write down its Pump Monitor. Yeah. We're going to allow that. Now, okay, so another thing on Web01, this, what else should be FTP traffic? I don't know. I can do these in different orders, but let's try this HTTP traffic too. On port 80. So computers should be able to check the website, right? Or not any computer. I should be connecting the website from target Windows 01 only. So going to this website, but the source should also be the target Windows 01. We should allow that too, right? And okay, so that's everything with the website. Now let's check Pump Monitor. Remember, Pump Monitor should have an FTP. There should be sending things to the Web01, but Pump Monitor should also receive an FTP file from the other server. Actually, it doesn't work that way. Pump Monitor connects to Pump PLC. So not only does this one go out to Web01, Monitor go to Web01, Pump Monitor is going to go to Pump PLC 10205. And we can allow that. So really, we're kind of trying to figure out all these connections here. All right, so that's all the FTP connections. And then let's talk about SSH. So SSH is when you like connect via that connections thing. But like, who's connecting? Remember, we use the SSH connection right up here. Pump Monitor and Pump PLC. We're connecting from target Windows 01 to Pump Monitor and Pump PLC, these connections. So I should be connecting from those. So I will say SSH should happen from 10208. That's target Windows 01. And you should go to Pump Monitor, which is 10206. But you should also connect to 10205. Just pump TLC. Oops. And then 10205. We're going to allow. All right. Did I miss any? I'm looking at spoilers on the side. That's actually it. Honestly, if you just copy those, you copy this table and paste it in your assignment, that's great for me. If you followed along with this and listened and you just copy and paste, look, get in here right now. Brianna's probably doing that. Good for Brianna. Or you can write it yourself. But if you got this far, you're good. All right, we're done with 13 at this point. Folks, I actually want to stop right here, and I'm going to continue in the second video.